Good evening, internet peeps. It's Colin again with a short video which will make a change. What I've been inspired by is this car. It's a mainline Ford Galaxie. This is just awe-inspiring, this car, to me. Let's bring it in a bit closer so you can see it. I've been lucky enough to find two. And I'm so taken with this car that I decided to do a base swap, and this is what it turned out like. So I changed it for the mainline Gulf, so now it's almost a super treasure hunt because it's got a metal base. It's turned out better than I thought. I thought it would look not so good if it had green without the green wheels, but it's given a new dimension to it. I really love it. I did make a slight error because I filed down the top of the headlights because I thought that was stopping the base going together. But what actually, if you do swap one of these, there's a post that sticks up near the front, and that needs filing down so it'll fit. And also, there's another difference. On the metal base, the headlights, the rear tail lights are part of the base. So I had to cut the tail lights off the plastic base, file them down slightly, glue them in place, and that's how it turned out. You don't really notice that when I've filed down the headlights, and I quite like how it's now got a straight line. And if I didn't point it out, I don't think you'd notice. Let me know what you think. I think a few people are going to do this. It's such a good car. To have a plastic base on it is a travesty in my opinion. And now it really is what I wanted it to be, and it's brilliant. I'm really chuffed. Just as a sort of caveat, there's the one where I put the plastic base on it. Looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. And there is a difference in the roll cage as well. In the new one, it has a full roll cage, which I put in this one, and in the old one it has a partial, well, sort of like half a roll cage, which is quite unusual. So there is some differences between the castings. There's a slight gap there at the back, but I gotta live with that. I could always fill it and paint it silver. But to be fair, this is secondary, and I will order another standard one. But that looks pretty good with the green wheels. Again, things turn out better than you thought, and that's might look a little bit like a green machine actually, but I'll let you decide about that. Talking of green machines, this week I've had a Julie one, which I'm absolutely awe-inspired by. Very lucky to get a green machine truck. I've been looking for a wrecker for a long time, and I did try and order one from First Gear in America, but all went a bit pear-shaped and I lost my account and my order, so this will become a close second. And with it being a green machine, great, proper Julie tyres, why it's called Julie, of course. Quite pleased with that. Also, excuse me. On Friday last week, I managed to find 3 treasure hunts in one day. This is the one that's probably the most valuable, and it's the Batman ID chase. You can't miss it, as some people have said when you see it, because the card is so different. It does have an interesting paint quality. I do like the clear plastic for the hood. It's worth more than I would pay for it, but it's nice to actually have a treasure hunt here in the UK because they just don't appear. I've never seen a super treasure hunt in the UK, but they seem to be found all the time in America. But it's nice to actually see one. Okay, it's not a super treasure hunt, but it seems to be worth quite a lot of money on the internet. Not that I'd sell it. Great find, and I have got the standard one. The Batman cars don't mean that much to me. I remembered it was growing up, but those are the only two I've got. I won't pay the big money for them. The other idea cars I've got are the Lamborghini Miura, which is nice. I believe there's one in green as well, and I can't decide whether I can justify buying the green one as well as this one. But it is a lovely car with a Spectraflame, sort of like gold. I've got quite a few mirrors. It's one of the most beautiful cars ever made, in my opinion. Very pretty car. VW bus, quite a cool one. I like the red base on this one. And lastly, the ID cars is the Ford Escort. I've got lots of Escorts. I'll have to do a video just on Escorts. I think I've got most of them ever made. But this one is a very nice blue. I have just picked up the standard blue one from the mainline, but I've taken the wheels off and I've changed them out because I don't like those 50th anniversary silver bling wheels. But I do like these see-through bases for the ID. I'll never use the chip, but it's a nice feature, that the see-through base. I do like that. It's perhaps not worth what they charge for them. I picked them up fairly cheap. I'd pay about, I think that's a bit dear, I've paid about £10 for each of mine, but they can go for silly money, £30. The last but not least, now this one is quite a rare car. It's an early Hot Wheels, and it didn't have a lot of paint on it. You can still see some of the paint. It was like, if you look in the wheel wells there, I think you may be able to see a little with the blue, but there wasn't much left. It's from 1974. It's a genuine early one. I've managed to polish the metal to a high sheen. Personally, I think it looks better than the paint. The rear hood opens to expose the engine. I have got a new metal polish which takes it that extra yard for the polishing, and it really does. But the earlier cars, I believe, had better metal, and therefore you can get a greater luster. There is another one over here which I've just done to show the difference. This one was given to me by a seller from America. It's in rough shape. Again, it had very little paint. It's missing a bit of the plastic here and there. I might fill that in and paint it. I'm undecided whether I'd paint the bottom silver. I don't know, because then it'd clash with the other silver. But the quality of the metal isn't anywhere near as thick. Although I polished it just as much, it hasn't come up as good. But that again is quite an early car. Quite rare, quite expensive. Personally, they don't mean that much to me if they've got a plastic base. It's a nice car, and I'm grateful for getting it for nothing. Stocker. Monte Carlo stocker it is. They sell for quite a bit of money. You can still see the red lines in the wheels, which is nice. I can't remember the seller's name, but I will put it in the comments. He did send me a few for free, which is very nice of him. And I will put his name in the credits. I'm sure we'll stay in contact. But I hope you enjoyed seeing those. Short and sweet for me. But enjoy the rest of your Sunday, or whatever day it is where you are. Bye.